Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're taking you inside the mind-blowing lifestyle of Larry Ellison, a man whose fortune has built palaces, islands, and even floating cities at sea. From owning nearly all of a Hawaiian island to sailing on yachts the size of cruise ships, his world redefines what it means to live without limits. Get ready, because this isn't just wealth, it's a lifestyle that feels like a real-life fantasy. Larry Ellison. The name itself sparks curiosity, mystery, and awe. He's not just one of the richest men alive, he's someone whose lifestyle feels ripped straight out of a fantasy novel. While most billionaires spend big, Ellison operates on a scale that often feels limitless. For decades, he's been called extravagant, excessive, even eccentric. But when you step inside the world he's created, you begin to see that extravagance is simply his everyday reality. This is not just the story of a man who made his fortune in technology. It's the story of someone who took wealth and reshaped it into an empire of islands, superyachts, and palatial estates that redefine what luxury even means. Today, we're stepping into the trillionaire lifestyle of Larry Ellison, an existence so extraordinary that it blurs the line between fact and fantasy. To understand Ellison's world, you need to start with his obsession, perfection. He doesn't just buy a home, he transforms it into a masterpiece. One of his most iconic properties is his Japanese-inspired estate in Woodside, California. Sprawling across 23 acres, it's modeled after a 16th-century Japanese emperor's palace. We're talking koi ponds, waterfalls, a man-made lake, and a level of detail so meticulous that it reportedly cost over $200 million to build. Most people might decorate a house, Ellison created an entire world. But of course, one palace is never enough when you're operating at Ellison's level. His real estate empire spans coast to coast and beyond. He owns more than a dozen mansions in Malibu alone, each worth tens of millions. In San Francisco, he's bought entire skyscrapers. In Lake Tahoe, he owns massive properties where the mountain views feel like personal wallpaper. When Ellison sets his sights on something, it becomes his. And then there's Lanai. Imagine being so wealthy that you buy not just a mansion, not just a resort, but an entire island. In 2012, Ellison purchased 98% of the Hawaiian island of Lanai. That's not a typo, 98% of the entire island. He bought it for a reported $300 million, and since then, he's been transforming it into a utopia of luxury, sustainability, and innovation. The island is home to ultra-exclusive Four Seasons resorts, pristine beaches, and private retreats where Ellison himself often spends time. He's even invested in green energy and sustainable farming there, trying to make Lanai a model for the future. To Ellison, owning paradise isn't enough, he wants to reimagine it. But paradise isn't just on land. Ellison has one of the most jaw-dropping fleets of yachts ever assembled. His most famous, the Rising Sun, stretches an unbelievable 454 feet. Originally built for Ellison before he sold a stake to David Geffen, this yacht isn't just a boat, it's a floating city. It has a basketball court that doubles as a helipad, a movie theater, dozens of luxurious guest suites, and enough marble and glass to rival a palace. And that's just one yacht. Ellison has owned multiple superyachts, each representing his passion for the ocean and his love of sailing. In fact, sailing isn't just a hobby for Ellison, it's a defining part of his life. He's poured hundreds of millions into the America's Cup, the world's most prestigious sailing competition. Under his leadership, Oracle Team USA made history by staging one of the greatest comebacks in sports. For Ellison, sailing isn't about luxury, it's about power, speed, and the thrill of conquering nature itself. When you see him at the helm, it's clear that this isn't just play, it's part of who he is. But while yachts and islands are breathtaking, Ellison's lifestyle also extends into the skies. Like many of the ultra-wealthy, he owns private jets that allow him to cross continents on a whim. His Gulfstream jets are customized with the finest interiors, allowing him to travel the world in complete privacy and comfort. When Ellison wants to spend a weekend in Malibu, a meeting in San Francisco, or an escape to Japan, he doesn't check flight schedules, he creates his own. What makes Ellison stand out, though, is not just the scale of his purchases, but the philosophy behind them. He's not afraid to indulge in beauty, art, and history. His collection of cars is legendary, with Ferraris, McLarens, and vintage automobiles that would make collectors drool. His art collection features pieces worth tens of millions, reflecting his taste for both classical and contemporary works. To Ellison, collecting isn't about status, it's about surrounding himself with things that inspire awe. And then there's the quiet luxury of privacy. Unlike some billionaires who court attention, Ellison is famously private. He doesn't flaunt his lifestyle on social media. He doesn't crave paparazzi. Instead, his world is built for him and his chosen circle of friends and family. On Lanai, he can disappear from the public eye completely, wandering beaches that belong only to him. When you're Larry Ellison, privacy itself becomes the ultimate luxury. Still, Ellison is not all about indulgence. His wealth also funds innovation and ambition on a global scale. Through Oracle, he revolutionized how businesses use technology. But beyond tech, he's invested in medicine, aviation, and sustainability. His vision for Lanai includes renewable energy projects and hydroponic farms. For Ellison, luxury isn't just enjoying the present, it's shaping the future. And what about his personal life? Ellison has been married and divorced multiple times, but relationships never slowed him down. He's known for his charisma, his wit, and his ability to turn even a casual dinner conversation into something unforgettable. Friends describe him as both larger than life and surprisingly down to earth. He can talk about sailing strategy one moment and crack a joke the next. Perhaps the most fascinating part of Ellison's trillionaire lifestyle is that it's not just about money, it's about imagination. He's built a life that reflects his passions, his quirks, and his relentless pursuit of the extraordinary. Most people dream of living in a palace, sailing on a superyacht, or owning an island. Ellison doesn't just dream, he makes it happen. Walking through his world feels like stepping into a fantasy novel, except it's all real. The koi ponds, the marble yachts, the private island sunsets, they're not exaggerations, they're his daily reality. To outsiders, it looks impossible. To Ellison, it's just life. Larry Ellison's lifestyle forces us to ask a question. What would you do if money truly had no limit? Would you build your own palace? Buy your own island? Collect cars, yachts, or art? Or would you, like Ellison, combine it all into a vision of life that feels limitless? At the end of the day, Ellison's story is not just about wealth. It's about living boldly, unapologetically, and with a scale of ambition that few people dare to imagine. His trillionaire lifestyle is a reminder that sometimes, reality can outshine even our wildest dreams. And that's a wrap on the trillionaire lifestyle of Larry Ellison. From private islands to record-breaking yachts, his life proves that imagination combined with wealth creates something truly extraordinary. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of luxury and ambition, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more incredible stories, and share your thoughts in the comments. What part of Ellison's lifestyle blew your mind the most? Until next time, thanks for watching, and stay inspired.